as I like to call it, because we usually only do one a night on this channel. But we've got it's it's the weekend, so we do stuff like that. But yeah, right now we've got Psycho Gaming versus Rhinos, and so yeah, these are two teams. I'm gonna be totally honest. I have zero familiarity with any of the players on the teams. A little bit new to the XP League, new to me at the very least, and we will see how they get going. So far, just to give you a little bit of background on these teams in the league, they've each played one game. Psycho Gaming has lost their first game, whereas Rhinos just played their game just before this, and they won. So coming in with a little bit of a hot hand is going to be Rhinos, and we'll see if they can keep up the streak up against Psycho Gaming. So far, it's looking like Rhinos are going for a little bit of an interesting opening set piece. Not quite sure what the plan is here, but yep, they will be getting control over P1 at the end of it. I think the idea was just to come at it from every single possible angle. But good thing for them is that Psycho Gaming is not completely set up on this in P2 yet, but now he is. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to get this P2 away from them. But Rhinos do eventually win through their unorthodox all over the map push to P1, and they are going to be getting a little bit of a decent lead coming out of it. Now, the one thing that they do have to be cautious of is, oh my god, there's no way Babiston just bypassed all their head glitches. There's no way he's about to shoot them both in the back, right? He killed one for free, and now, oh, so close. Ferriss is going to be saving the day. Oh my goodness. The fact that one of the Rhinos players can get that close to them, bypass all those god headies, is very scary. I gotta be totally honest with you. Psycho Gaming gotta be a little bit more careful if they want to be getting all the hill time off this money hill. It's looking like they are definitely stabilizing, and they should very well get it. Soda Man holding his ground on the inside, but it's going to be very difficult to do anything with this and push out. I guess he's going to be able to get at least one, but at the end of the day, there's no real reason for Rhinos to try and continue to push this. They know that their opponents are going to spawn so far away, it's not even worth it. So they're going to take that, and they're going to try and make a little bit of a rotation of their own, leaving YeahDude all alone on the objective by himself. Get the last little bit of scrap time. Psycho Gaming are going to send one through the middle and two around the back. One in the middle gets found, but the two in the back are going to clap right on back. Maz, though, still killing the both of them. And that is a full team wipe. So Rhinos should be able to stabilize off this objective and get a pretty decent amount of time and a lead, as they're not too far behind Psychos off of their good little bit of time off of P1, combined with the fact that things were a little bit dicey on that P2. Coming around the back is going to be Ferriss, 4 and 6, trying to even things up. And it looks like there's only one left on the objective, and Maz is actually going to get off of it. Going to try and rejoin his team in the middle of the map, try and play in a position that's not quite as known, but there's only really one way he could have exited there, and Ferriss probably knows that. So he just properly aims at that spot. 16 getting a little bit suppressed and oppressed, but Soto is going to be flying into action as soon as he knows where it is, and they will be getting the hill right back on in their favor. This will lead to them being just a little bit off of a lead, but rotation is looking pretty good for them. Soto, man, good God. Look at that carry potential from this guy. 13 and 6 in the first three hills. That is a statistic, ladies and gentlemen. He goes looking for a streak now as well. 6 in a row would be netting him a kill streak going into the next hill. Whether they get the rotation or not would be pretty deadly. Yeah, Rhinos have pretty much everything going for them on this objective except for Godheady, which it looks like they've kind of given away for free to Psycho Gaming. Could have contested a little bit more for that, but it won't hurt them at the end of the day just because Soto is so freaking good at this video game, dude. But yeah, he does end up getting a streak and holding the hill up against difficult odds. Teammates now going to be sort of trying to hold mid-map, sort of trying to rotate, but there are a lot of gaps in both teams' holds, so they will be able to sort of go past each other, and it's going to be pretty mixy going for next. And Soto, man, is actually going to think now is a good time to use the streak. And honestly, I kind of agree with him, to be totally honest with you. I do agree that it's a good time to be using the streak to try and aid the push, but unfortunately, while he uses streak, all of his teammates die. So that means that even if he was able to kill both those guys with the streak, wouldn't have been much else happening on that objective besides that guy dying to the streak. So, Psycho Gaming are going to re-solidify themselves on this P5. Should be able to get the lead, but unfortunately, it looks like the guy, Rayze, holding the objective does get a little bit gunned off of it. And Rhinos, in the meantime, making a really good push here with Babiston in 16. Sotoman now going to be getting on the hill himself. A really great break from Rhinos. Hill that you don't typically see broken from a position like that, but they found a way to do it. Kudos to them. Coming in from the side, though, is going to be Rayze. One good break begets another. So they won't be falling too far behind Rhinos. But still, they will be pretty decently behind for how close the game has been so far. No game sound. That is good to know, Trig. Thank you so much for letting me know that, dude. I really appreciate it. Let me go ahead and get the sound back. There we go. Should be sound now. Yes, there is. Sitting pretty on the stairs and looking good while doing it. Unfortunately, he does too much more of that. Sotoman, main carry himself, is alone on the objective still. Doing a pretty good job by himself, but this overwhelming odds can be pretty dang difficult. So, Psycho Gaming will not only have control over the P2 rotation, but be causing a lot of time to go to the wayside. Rhinos, though, are going to be getting it right on back. I think that, honestly, the fact that Rhinos have been just dedicating themselves so hard to getting this P1 it's great for them. Psycho Gaming are using so much resources and just getting absolutely nothing for it. Especially when you've got Sotoman in there and he's just killing multiple people at a time. It's looking pretty damn good. Sotoman now bypassing all of the Psycho Gaming angles again, but they will finally get him out of there. So Psycho Gaming should be able to get a pretty good hold here. There shouldn't be any more flanking shenanigans going on here. Babiston, as I say, the door should be slammed shut. It is flung right back wide on open by Babiston. YeahDude knows that HJs are pretty much limited here, so he's going to try and take them both down with him, but Sotoman does play the trading game very, very well. And a break here from Rhinos is absolutely devastating. Psycho Gaming is immensely depending on this hill for hill time to get back into the game. And now that 30 whole seconds are still going to be going in the hands of Rhinos, who are already massively ahead. This could be the one of the final nails in the coffin for Psycho Gaming. If they don't have a near perfect end of this second rotation, they'll probably lose. Ferriss trying to hold things down and proxy in the middle of the map, but nothing really going to be happening there. And now Psycho Gaming are going to have to prepare for a full-on frontal assault, and from the back and from the side. This is looking like a really good hit out from Rhinos. And yep, that's pretty much how you want to do it, if at all possible. If all angles are open, go from all the angles. And Rhinos will be getting pretty close to winning off this objective, but they won't actually win off of it now. But, I mean, the fact that they're going to get as close as they are it's pretty damning. It's pretty dire for Psycho Gaming. And 16 on the rotation and next as well. Oh, this is just cool and unusual, but, yeah. YeahDude will be able to make a little bit of something happen, so it's not going to be complete death at the end of this hill for them. Not guaranteed at the very least. And Sotoman will fall now, so the rotation will be secured. This time from Psycho Gaming, so Rhinos will actually have a little bit of a difficult time in retaking this, although their backline head glitch from Ferriss not going to be getting on it in time to see Maz, so their back line is going to be wide open while a push from the front happens as well. YeahDude, he's decent on Psycho Gaming, but it'll be very hard for him to take a double push like that, and it's looking like Rhinos will be ending this game off pretty emphatically. Sotoman coming in with Babiston looking for really more kills, but he's just a kill hog, not letting Babiston get any. So Rhinos will be winning that pretty hand over fist. Ever since the start of the second rotation, things were just not even a little bit close. Rhino Gaming just completely shut them out of that P1, broke the P2, got out on the P3, and broke early and often on the P4. So, yeah, just overall great second rotation coming out from Rhinos to end off that map. And ooh, I do see Zipsy in the chat. What's up, dude? Long time no see. And this is your group. Ooh, let's see how you're doing right now, Zipsy. Have you played a game yet? We'll see. Zips, what team are you on, by the way? What team are you on? Let's see. I don't see you. Are you using a different name in the roster sheet? I don't see. No, there you are. Dallas Coyotes. Let's see how you guys are doing so far. Dallas Coyotes 2-0. Very respectable, dude. Very respectable. And so, yeah, just scoping out the competition as well here. I see. Very smart idea so far. It's 1-0 in the hands of Rhinos. Again, Rhinos, in case everybody missed my earlier explanation, did come off of a hot 3-0 up against their previous opponents of almost retirement home. Looking to make it a done deal going to the retirement home for that team, I suppose. But yeah. Next map is going to be Karachi. And so what I typically, and I say this every single cast, I know, for those of you guys that watch me are going to get really sick of me saying this, is teams that are usually very bad at, well, I don't even want to say they're bad, but like, you know what I mean. Teams that struggle in the respawns like that hard point or are not as well versed in it typically are search and destroy demons. That's where a lot of Call of Duty players get their starts. I'm sure anybody that's a Call of Duty player that plays competitive in the chat will tell you that. And so my hope is not all gone for Psycho Gaming. I'm willing to bet a little bit of channel points, not real money because it's too risky for me. But you know, I'm willing to bet a little bit of channel points, a little bit of something that these guys are secret good at search and destroy. And so we will see as we do go into Karachi. This is a map that I've been seeing played a lot in the league so far. I think every single series I've casted so far has had Karachi in it at least once. So we'll see what they do. My expectation is that these guys, well, what I typically see work is just playing for picks, trying to go for those early nade spots, just trying to get an early kill in any possible way you can and make sure that your opponent doesn't get control over one site from the defensive side before you're able to get those, because I've even seen teams recently, if they're able to get control of the B site but they lose like a guy or two, it's not that big of a deal if they hold properly. So yeah, we'll just see what does end up coming through here. Again, I am not too very well experienced with either one of these teams. I've casted both these teams a combined total of 0 times, so anything really goes. One thing I will say is that I am looking at Soto Man to see what he can do. I'm going to be keeping a little bit of an extra eye on him. Let me open up the stat sheet for him again real quick. Oh yes, that is nice looking right there. Double positive, 29 and 14. 16, not too shabby either, to be totally honest with you, 24 and 17, but Soto Man, in addition to having the most kills and a very short amount of deaths as well, he had almost the entirety of their hill time, which is incredible. That is a hard carry if I ever seen one. But yeah, definitely going to be keeping an eye on Soto Man, see if he can continue in his awesome ways. But honorable mention so far for the other team is YeahDude. He did pretty good and he had some solid moments despite the fact that they did go ahead and lose that one and they were having a little bit of a hard time resetting their momentum. So those are going to be the players that I'm sort of keeping a look at right now. And Ferriss, obviously, because, you know, he's my point of contact for the game. Got to give a little bit of love there. So we're going to give some love to Ferriss as well as YeahMan. But, I mean, YeahDude. But we'll see. Rhinos going to be starting off on the attacking side, and I would not be too shocked if we just saw a blitz out play at A just to test the waters, and that is exactly what we're going to see. Teams don't typically send a whole lot of players over here, so testing the waters, maybe getting pulling the wool over the eyes of Rayze here will be good. But he is going to know that they're present here, and oh, good opportunity for Rayze to get some kills. Does find Soto Man on the bomb plant. In the meantime, Doja is coming up through the middle of the map, and Ferriss finding Babistan as well. It's looking like a pretty awesome hold on the A bomb site for these guys. Maz, sole survivor, only one with a kill, and is trying to reposition himself. He's somehow found his way past all their head glitches, and ooh, with a free, should be free kill onto YeahDude. but not as quite as free as it looks. Oh, man, he's in trouble now. YeahDude might have his number. He's on the head glitch now. And so, what could have been a way back into the game for Maz and Rhinos, YeahDude just manages to live. I think he's wise to the fact that he's moved here. Yeah, he sees his feet and he's calling him out for his teammates. That's good stuff from YeahDude. But Maz, what can he do here? Out of time, out of teammates. Finds Doja, gets the better of him. Going for a bomb plant as well, but not super confident in it, seeing if YeahDude is still there, and he is, but he just having a hard time at hitting YeahDude specifically. Psycho Gaming with a solid start to the search and destroy. Hey, what's up, brothers? Thanks for hopping in the chat, dude. Really appreciate you coming in and taking a break from Dragon's Dogma to watch some Call of Duty. But, yeah, where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you guys that have just gotten here, is Rhinos won the first map pretty amazingly. It was a close first rotation, but second rotation, they completely dominated. But Psycho Gaming, in that first round, they saw it coming a mile away. Rayze got some good info. Team rotated, completely collapsed on their push. And so, Rhinos are playing a little bit more defensively here. This position from Soto Man, I love it. If I were to make a picture book about positions that attacking teams never check, that would be in it. Oh, unluckily, Soto Man does walk up on Doja. Doja gets a little bit found out. So that's first blood, once again, going in the hands of Psycho Gaming. YeahDude finding a nice little kill onto Maz in the middle of the map as well. Really, really minimizing what Rhinos can actually do here for a retake. Bomb plant will now go down, and 16 is going to be getting a little bit zoned off of the bomb planter there, and killed as well for his troubles. But Beastin trying something, but cannot do anything at all up against YeahDude. Triple kill in the round for him, and that's the only 3 kills he's gotten to get this entire time. And for those asking in chat like brothers here, wondering what this is an amateur league. This is amateur Call of Duty at its finest, not college, just players playing the game. For money, obviously, but yeah, we'll see. Who is going to be more likely to get the money at the end of the season between these two teams? So far, Psycho Gaming doing pretty good in the search and destroy. Ferriss is about to get put to the test here by 2 of these players. Smoke is out, and yeah, no one's really watching the push inside, unfortunately. That's a little bit of a gap in the defense of Psycho Gaming, something that they're going to want to look back at in the VOD and correct for next time, probably. Especially since it leads to the death of Ferriss. Bomb plant going down, and Psycho Gaming have no control over anything. The rotation is now being held by 16, and that push, courtesy of Smoke, is paying dividends as they finally get a blood back onto Psycho Gaming. And honestly, I'm not going to put too much stock in the fact that Psycho Gaming won those first few rounds, because really good search and destroy teams, you'll hear me say this a lot as well, if you watch me a lot, is that good teams in search and destroy typically don't win the first few rounds. They just see what they can get away with, and then they adjust accordingly. Adjustment not coming out just yet, though, as Doja is going to get a god tier grenade and a god tier pistol shot onto 16. I wish I switched to him in time to see that, but either way, great, amazing start for them. But oh, Beastin going for a little bit of a dirty move on the back of Ferriss, exposing him live on stream. You love to see it. But either way, Psycho Gaming in a great spot despite the assassination. Ooh, Maz finding YeahDude in the middle of the map. This is very winnable still for Rhinos, especially with Beastin coming around the back of Rayze. He finds him as well. This is winnable. for Rhinos now. Doja alone. He's gonna have to get an ace, but Beastin just running in like an absolute maniac, but trying to catch shots for Maze. And so, yeah, that's exactly what they'll do. But Beastin, ace in the round, I do believe. No, I think I'm actually wrong about that. But either way, defuse going in the hands of Rhinos, and just like that, they are right back in the game. You know what? I actually think I recognize Babiston. I might. There was a player, I remember. His name was B Beaston, and I always called him Babiston. And I wonder if he changed his name. I wonder if this is the same guy. Although I feel like I remember Babiston being in APAC Challengers. But oh well. Well, if it's the same guy, maybe he moved to the United States like Pred did. But either way, Maz starting things off nice with YeahDude. Oh, Rayze completely eradicating Maz there. Second and third shots all went on to Rayze, but he finished up on the Soto, man. Good lord, that is crazy that he won that. 16, knows that there's a guy generally in the middle of the map, and he's hunting him down. Like the dog he is. Doja is going to get found by 16, anticipating the counter chow, but it does not yet come. So 16 will be able to regen some health. 2v2 situation. Bomb is down in a position that is... It's okay for Rhinos. It's recoverable for sure. I think 16 saw that person calling him out. Yeah, he definitely knows that he is there. Bomb is going to be planted by Babiston. Doesn't quite get in the counter angle in time and doesn't realize he's literally standing right next to him. And so he will get behind Rayze. I don't know who this is going to benefit more in the long term. I think it's actually going to benefit 16 more in the long term, as he's about to come right up behind the weak Rayze, and he will finish him off. Ferriss alone, knows where both players are. Babiston challenging wildly, and 16 gets anticipated by Ferriss. Trying to run away, but Ferriss, he's trying to run him down, but doesn't want to chase too far. He's got a very limited amount of time to get this defuse going. Knows that 16 probably going to check this bomb on him. And oh, he does indeed check. So Rhinos will now regain the lead. Rayze got two players sitting on top of each other pretty much. And oh, 16, unfortunate with the missed shots there. Totally had him. But yeah, dude, we'll be getting first blood. Soda Man traded out. Even trades, benefiting Psycho Gaming because they're already a player ahead. So that leaves two players from Rhinos on either side of the map. Ferriss finds one. It's all on Maz in this retake scenario. Trying to find YeahDude, but he's already way too close to the wall for him to start shooting at him. Doesn't want to give up the position. Doja. Sitting, waiting. And waiting, he is allowed to do. Oh, I guess YeahDude did not see Maz there, but either way, position being known means his days are numbered, and Psycho Gaming will draw things up even. A little bit of a mid-map take here, and they will actually catch Ferriss as he's trying to get into the up top position there. That's a good little push there from Rhinos, but yeah, they did not quite find Doja. Doja, because of the smoke, is not actually going to know the way that Soto Man went, but he's going for the defuse. Does he get it? They're not checking. Doja is about to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a ninja defuse. A psychotic play from Doja ends up being absolutely huge in their game up against Rhinos. Psycho Gaming now going for a little bit of a switch-up play. Going for a little bit of a play to A. They haven't thrown too much utility from what I can tell yet, so Maz shouldn't know just yet that this is definitely the play. Otherwise, Doja would definitely be peeking up right about now. Sorry, I mean 16 would be peeking up right about now. Goes right past the both of them, and it looks like they have overran both players. 16 still getting the better of him, but YeahDude keeping the play alive. Does at least get Maz, but the entire enemy team is breathing down his neck, and they're hot on his trail. 16 looking for the chase down kill. Stun checking. Stun found. And dead. Rhino Gaming right back. Tied with the Psycho. Doja now got a very key bit of information there. They're going for this bomb site. He's gonna... Oh, yes! Doja finding him right in the back, and Maz is none the wiser. 16 does get a kill in the middle of the map in the meantime, but Maz, feeling very pressured now, knows that enemies could literally be anywhere around him, just trying to find the guy in the back here. This is a very commonly held angle, so Maz is trying to go for a... He's making a calculation in his mind here. There's more likely to be a guy here, so I'm gonna see if I can find this guy when he eventually peeks out, if he does peek out. In the meantime, 16 doing a good job in the middle of the map, drawing some attention. So Maz thinks now's a good time for me to hunt this dude down, and indeed it is. He finds him as well. So that leaves just Doja all alone against 2. Rhino's doing a very good job of recovering after Doja's initial shenanigans. Does see one. Going for the defuse again. Please tell me they check this time. Yes, they do. Lightning does not strike twice for Doja, as Rhinos, they've seen this movie before, and they're not keen on letting it finish this time. 1 round away from victory. Beaston, solid start up against YeahDude, taking down one of the stronger players in the last map. So, oh, Soto Man getting a little bit bamboozled, doesn't quite know where Rayze is, and so it's a 2 for 2 trade. But Rhinos have gotten a lot more map control for their kills, so that means that Psycho Gaming are in a little bit of a rougher position. Great spot for Beaston to be in here. If they do try to rotate through the middle of the map, he will definitely see him, and if they try to go for B, they'll see that too. Smoke going down, and Beaston's going for a little bit of a crazy play here. He's looking for the bomb planter. Does find him, and he's unable to escape. Ferriss really trying to catch him out here, and the trade-out play is coming in from Maz. He's trying to give him the loop-de-loop and pull, but oh, Ferriss might just be able to... No, can't get out of it. Nice aim adjustment from Rhinos, and they will be able to win this search and destroy, as well as the hard point. It's looking like Rhinos might be getting 2 3-0s in the night. It's possible, but I mean, not a foregone conclusion just yet. PG, they're still in this one with a chance. I've seen teams that are very, very good at control. Like the team we just casted was a perfect example of that. They're decent at search and destroy, but they are really, really good at control. Because who really practices control? You know what I'm saying? Like if you can get a monopoly on control, it's okay. But like you know what I'm saying? It's not something that teams like necessarily pride themselves on being good at. Like, oh, we're the best control team around because you know it only means you win one map. But it could be them, could be these guys. PG could be a team that is really really good at control, and they do have the building blocks in the other modes to go ahead and take a map still. You may look at the hard point and call me crazy, but I really do think they have the first rotation, they didn't look too far removed from their opponents. Both teams had big gaps in their defenses. Both teams had good breaks on hills that aren't super contestable. And the rotations and overall idea for PG is there. They just need a little bit of work on execution and making sure that they don't have any gaps in their defense. Yeah, that's the major thing that's killing them in my personal opinion, on at least in the respawn so far. That's something that you could be saying for both teams, but it's definitely killing PG more because it literally caused them to lose. But either way, it is now going to be 2-0 in the hands of Rhinos. We are going to be moving on over to Invasion. This is a map that is pretty defender-sided, although I do have to say, put a caveat on that. You do have to avoid making any egregious errors on the defensive side. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how good you do in the beginning, still lose the attack. And I'll tell you how. I've seen the really good control teams that are good at control, proficient at it. They can get held in spawn for like a whole minute. No ticks on either objectives. But they get one good breakout play, enemy team overextends, they get like 2 or 3 down, they push their advantage, they get some people onto A. Their opponents are overconfident. They're like, all right, we're killing them. Let's just go on in, take this objective back. And then they die some more. And then the team that's on the attack already getting control over A. While they're doing this, they have pushed into the spawn, and they are proxying their opponents off of being able to get anywhere meaningful at all. They then transition that as soon as they've gotten some kills in the spawn to flip the spawn, and then they push through the middle of the map. They get control. I have seen this. This sounds pretty elaborate, but it's something that I've seen more times than you would probably realize. That is how you can win an attacking side on Invasion. It is the way you can win an attacking side on Invasion if you don't get a blitz on to be successful. But yeah, we'll be seeing what both these teams like to do on Invasion pretty soon. By the way, guys, you're on my Twitch channel right now. If you like it, you guys can go ahead and follow. I'd be casting stuff like this a lot, not necessarily on my channel, but in general, I do cast a lot. If you guys like League of Legends, like I know Brothers does, you guys can follow me on Twitter, and I'll be tweeting out where you can find me casting a League of Legends LAN tomorrow. Yes, indeed. I'll be casting a League of Legends LAN tomorrow. And yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, or you can see me casting that, or Call of Duty if you just like Call of Duty. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are just eagerly awaiting for both these teams to start. If you guys got any questions up in the chat, you can feel free to ask them now, and I will take advantage of that while we have a break in the action. And I think we're getting a couple of updates on the Group A here as well. Outgoing Esports, I think that was already there. They defeated Psycho. Yeah, they did. And so, yeah, Rogue Esports have now won their game, I guess, up against Cappy. And if Crash Out Esports have lost 2 of their games as well. So things are starting to shape up after this week number 1. People are already we're already starting to see a stark division and who's probably going to be making it and who's probably going to be fighting tooth and nail for their promotion to the playoff spot. For those of you guys that don't know, by the way, don't know the format of the league, we are in group stages right now. This is Group A. If you do well enough in the group, you will move on to playoffs. But if you don't do well enough in the group stages, like you have a negative win rate or you're tied and then you have a worse map win rate, then you will not be making it. You will be done right then and there. So both these teams right now trying to avoid being on the latter end of the spectrum there, and we will be now going into control. Rhinos looking to end this game right here, right now, on the attacking side. Are they going to do the thing that any good team really does and try to blitz out A? It looks like that is exactly what they're going to do. And Psycho Gaming are gonna go. They're gonna send YeahDude over here, but mostly a little middle of the map hold. And ooh, they catch him along the way. This is looking great for Rhinos. Rayze does find one. He is gonna be inside the objective, but eventually he's gonna be found out. Two people getting to the objective. That's pretty great from Rhinos, and mid-map control courtesy of Sotoman, using that sub like an AR. But yeah, looking pretty good for Rhinos. They've got a full team wipe as well, so the retake should be difficult unless your name is Ferriss, in which case it's pretty easy for you to kill everybody off the objective. Only one tick going to be gained for Rhinos. That's not bad, though. That's what you typically expect. Psycho now going to have to be having to rotate here through the middle of the map because Rhinos are all going to be respawning, trying to make their hand at B. Sotoman getting in behind very, very nicely. Making some space for the rest of Rhinos to hop onto the objective. Unfortunately, there's not as many of them still alive as Psycho Gaming, so they will only get a tick here as well. But yeah, there's still plenty of good stuff being done here by Babiston, making it so that Psycho Gaming can't fully stack up and push up into any really good positions. Rhinos will be able to easily just get back onto this objective, but they're looking for more than just capturing B because they want to be able to get A too. So he's going to try and extend into the spawn, but can't quite get it done. The Rhinos will just have to settle for capturing B this time. Or, yep, they will settle for capturing B this time. Almost turning and burning on him, Sotoman. But Psycho Gaming, they should be able to transition this into a pretty easy mid-hold as well as a lock-up in the spawn. That's what Rayze is trying to do right now, and he's doing a pretty great job of it. Delaying and whittling down the lives, definitely going to be wanting to delay a lot of time because Rhinos, they've got a minute and a half on the board, and with how good their pushes have been, they've gotten like a tick per push minimum. So if they have plenty of time for 2 pushes if you do math. So definitely going to be wanting to delay this push if possible. Oh, 16 being an absolute nuisance in the spawn. This is a great opportunity for Rhinos to just punish them really hard. 16 does not... Oh, man. I was about to say he was going to bait out for his teammate there, but he gets fried as well. With that, Rhinos is in a little bit of a tougher position here, but Sotoman recovers quite nicely. The spawn trap is still possible and even likely now that Sotoman is here. Sees YeahDude cross, can't quite get the shots on him, but at least calls out for it. Running out, does get Doja. And now they're looking to transition. If they're able to find a flip on the spawn here, especially by killing Ferriss, that's great. If they're able to find a flip on the spawn, then Rhinos still can very well win this attacking side, but they're just dying too much to get a meaningful push going here. Psycho Gaming trading out effectively here will very likely be keeping them on the winning side of this defense. 16 stopped dead in his tracks, and that will be a win on the defensive side for Psycho Gaming. Pretty stock standard defense. Usually you see teams drop only 3 or 4 ticks and they are well within that range. So Psycho Gaming, great recoveries despite the fact that their opponents did have some really good pushes there. Honestly, I think a lot of teams would have cracked under the pressure that Rhinos was putting on that spawn there. Usually when you get in a position like that 16 and Maz and Sotoman were in, there's pretty much no going back from that. You're usually just going to get spawn killed over and over and over again, flipped out, and then you lose. That is literally how you lose. But the fact that they were able to break back out of that and stop that from happening it's a really good sign, honestly, for the health of this game. Sundown from Rhino is going to be immensely delaying this push to A for Psycho Gaming, and allowing them to get even better positions, and yeah, just like that, they are all completely wiped out. Doja gets one on the way out, but is not nearly enough. Rhinos, still plenty of people alive for the rotation to be as well. Dodo does get ripped out of that top heady, and so Ferriss is going to be trying his best to help him get this objective. Finds Maz with the nade as well. That is huge. Honestly, Psycho Gaming, I wouldn't be too shocked if Doja tried to push up into their spawn here and try and get a little bit better positioning. It looks like they're they're playing it cautiously, which makes sense. You don't fully know that there's not going to be a player there. That's a little bit more of a confidence-oriented play. But either way, they do get full control over B, but unfortunately, they don't really have anywhere to go now from it. They do have a guy contesting the spawn, that is Beeson, but Rayze just gives a little jump over his head, leaves him stranded, ankles broken. We do have a lot of time and lives remaining, Rhinos, but don't really have a whole lot of map control, and so they're gonna have to find a way to change that. And this is exactly what I was about to suggest. They just push straight through the original objective. They try and get in their opponent's spawn, just like Rhinos was trying to do, except they actually lock them in it and get the spawn flipped. Oh, Maz with the beat down to the Doja. The disrespect is real. And the mid-map hold is also real for Rhinos. Psycho Gaming can't really get much of anywhere going here. The hold from Rhinos is just a little bit too tight. It's a little bit too nice. And a full minute has gone by the wayside, as well as, like, what is that? Half their lives? Half the time, half the lives gone. It's looking pretty good for Rhinos to get this hold, assuming all stays the same, which it looks like it doesn't. We're going to be having two people pressing the spawn here, and YeahDude actually kills the both of them. So that means that Psycho Gaming now has a little bit of an opportunity to break out here, fortunately. The respawn is going to be pretty close for Rhinos, so they're easily able to clap back into that. 16 with a close angle, able to get one. Is he going to try and go for the other one here as well? No, Ferriss is going to get him. Triple kill there for him, but just can't really do too much with these kills, unfortunately. Rayze, in the meantime, during the chaos, going to try and go through the middle of the map. Catches 16 completely unaware. Doja trades out in the middle of the map here as well. PG have no respawn, so it's got to be good, this final push here from them. And Beeson will catch the guy on the inside of the objective, and the guy entering as well. So, Psycho Gaming, it was a good run, but it's not going to be as good as Rhinos. They will be in the lead at the end of this round by a margin of 1 point. Rhinos getting a little bit more stalled out this time. It looks like Psycho Gaming have learned a little bit from their previous defensive side, and they're doing a lot better, in fact. At the very least, even if they don't win this series, or this map, they are starting to get better and better as time goes on, so definitely a little bit of experience being gained by these guys for their future games. With a failed play to A, Rhino Gaming will do the typical thing and just go storm right onto B, and even get control over the middle of the map. Beeson is going to have free range to try and just be a nuisance. Cut off their spawn. If they are going to try and contest for B, they're going to run right by Beeson. Case in point, he does almost get one, but the angle is a little bit too tight. Oh, they actually come through the middle of the map here as well, and Rayze kills two of them. That's a little bit of a rough one there for Rhinos. A bit of a gap in the defense exploited, and so YeahDude hunting him down as well. That is a huge kill for YeahDude. And Doja might be getting a few here as well. Gets at least one. And Ferriss will follow up on the second one. Maybe the third. Yes! Big move there for Ferriss. Making money moves. They do still get control over B, though, but they wasted a lot of time, wasted a lot of lives. And they've gotten YeahDude in a position where I don't think he should shoot that guy. And he thinks the same thing. Smart player, this guy. So, he's going to wait for them to make a little bit of a push. And as soon as he's firmly behind them, he'll get a couple of kills instead of just one. Well played out, but unfortunately only gets one kill there. So Psycho Gaming are going to have to reposition themselves. The good news is the death was far enough to where far up enough to where they're able to reset after that. Rhinos trying to make their way into the spawn of the enemy. A good, well-educated move from these guys. But Beeston's looking. Where can he find an enemy player? He's stunned out, so he doesn't just the general area. He gets his kill into Rayze. That is absolutely huge. So, that's whittling away not only the lives of Psycho Gaming, but it allows them to get a little bit of a rotation here. Maybe a flip on the spawn. Maz. Just kidding. But Beeston behind the entire enemy line. Their setup can be completely dismantled right here, right now, but Ferriss reacts very quickly to the threat behind him, and they will last out the round up against Rhinos. Psycho Gaming getting better and better in control as things do go on. And Ferriss, by the way, I just noticed his kill count. 27 and 18. Very respectable. Almost dropping a 30 bomb. Probably will in this next round, and his team probably will. They really do need him to. If they're going to win it right now, obviously. Psycho Gaming, we'll see if they can make a faster attack onto A. If they can get the trophy system down quick enough to where they don't get stunned out and slowed into oblivion. Or what they do. They're actually going to wait out the nades, which does still allow Rhinos to get in good positions. And flank, it looks like. YeahDude gets a nice little sliding thought on him, but 16! Aggressive Chow does die, but luckily for him, Maz is in the middle of the map and will be able to kill all the approaching players. Maz doesn't realize he sees Ferriss right now. The smoke is just a little bit too good. He doesn't have blinds around his character. Around Maz like I do, unless he's cheating, which he's not. You know what I mean. Anyway, Psycho Gaming trying to keep some control over the middle of the map while they capture B, so they can have a little bit of a off-ramp into A. That has been the key thing here. No team has really been able to do that so far. But Beeston caught on the flank. YeahDude lies to the flank, it seems like. And Doja catching another in the middle of the map. This does open things up for Psycho Gaming. If they do want to make a play for Angela, looks like Doja's going to try and use his position to try and break his team out of his spawn and make his way to B. Good decision. Rayze sees some players and he's instantly going to back up. Doesn't want to get caught, just wants to waste some time. Unfortunately, in the meantime, the 3v2 is not going so well over on B. It does take a decent amount of time. Ferriss on the map does have a cruise missile here as well, by the way. Takes one, takes two. Huge for Ferriss. And now he's going to look in the middle of the map. Finds another kill. Ferriss is going on a little bit of a terrace here. And so, we'll see if he can find even more. Ferriss on a multi-kill. Finds another one running up in the middle of the map. Almost finds him through the wall here as well. He is being taken very slowly, and Ferriss will die here as well. B will be taken very slowly. And the reason why they did that is because they know that Rhinos in their right mind probably aren't going to be contesting them for it. So they're trying to use their manpower a little bit more intelligently in the middle of the map and try and make their way over to A. It's a good decision from Psycho. It's a wager, but it's a wager that is well-founded. YeahDude gonna be getting singled out. Unfortunately, his position was quickly found out and he has no teammates anywhere near him. Mid-map fight still does rage on, as Rayze does find one. Trade out still favoring Rhinos. As long as they're trading out, then Psycho Gaming cannot effectively make a push. It's just common sense. Ferriss does make his way onto the objective, though. Does still have a cruise missile. His teammates do depend on him to use it. And honestly, if he dies and they think they have a solid shot of winning, I would not be shocked if he used it. Maz does fly in, though. YeahDude does get one, and he's coming around the back side of them. It is going to be found, though. Pistol out. Can't get it. Rayze trying to find the guy on the outside. Or, I think he's just going to lie in wait. But no, they found him. And they will chase him down. 36 seconds left. Oh. Oh, I thought I heard the sound of the cruise missile, but it was just the fire sound effects. But either way, Ferriss finding the Beeston does get the kill in the middle of the map. Doja man. He's gonna be getting found out now as well. They can kill him quickly enough. That's good. And Doja in the meantime in the middle of the map. This is the most massive play of the series so far. If he can land it, this could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Winning the control. This might be Psycho Gaming doing it. They've got the spawn flip as well. All they have to do is just not die. They just have to sit pretty in here and they're fine. Rayze just sitting, waiting. And YeahDude proxying. Maz does beat him. out, though. Does cross in, but Beaston does kill him off. And he's looking for a route around. This is the game right here, potentially, for Ferriss. Looking for the 39th and final kill, but Beaston will hunt him down. Rhinos still in it, but barely. At the very least, Psycho Gaming's good attack will net them the final defense. And so, they've come closer to winning. No one has really won an attack yet, so this should mean that Psycho Gaming are favorited to win this one. But, oh, Rhinos, I love this play. They get good enough kills to where they just slow cap B and push deep into their opponent's spawn. This is a great 5-head 90 is not a high number for IQ, good God. 200 IQ play. 200 IQ play from Rhinos as they're just wasting the lives, slow capping B, and trying to find a little bit of an opening to where they can extend onto A. This is a very convincing looking attack for them, and Beaston is looking to make even more so. Turning and burn onto Rayze. Not expecting to find Beaston there, clearly. He's got another player coming up after him. Ferriss doesn't realize that he's literally touching him, and Beaston gets another kill. Zone him off, and in they go. It is about to be feasting time for Beaston. Maybe not Beaston, but for 16, it is definitely about to be a feast. A 3-course dish as he goes in, looking for YeahDude. That's one down. Ferriss looking for him. He knows that he's back here, and he really wants him gone. Can't quite get him. 16 with 6 health remaining. Looking to buy even more room for his team. Doja, the one real thing separating them from a victory on this objective. They're on A and they're capping it fast. That was cause for concern from Psycho Gaming. YeahDude trying to go for a little bit of a flank, and they're not looking except for Maz is looking now. Rhino, you're capping this fast, and Psycho Gaming will not get there in time. After what seemed like enough of an attacking round of their own, Rhinos one up them once again, and they will be winning this series 3-0. A very, very respectable map number 3 from PG. They really did get better and better as time went on, and Ferriss dropping almost 40 kills is pretty spectacular as well, even though, again, they didn't win. It was very well fought in Psycho Gaming. They learned some good lessons for the series that come ahead. They do still have a decent amount of those, by the way. Let's count. They have played 2 games, and they have 7 opponents, so they can still do pretty good for a finish in their group. They do still have to go up against Dallas Coyotes, and word on the street is that is a very, very cracked team, because Zips is on it. I've casted Zips before, and he is a pretty solid player. And so I'm curious to see how both these teams do against them, especially Rhinos, because they have won both their games so far. They are undefeated, and so they are technically tied with Dallas Coyotes. Psycho Gaming, thank you so much for the follow. Really do appreciate it. If you guys are just tuning in, unfortunately, Psycho Gaming did lose despite some very, very good efforts, especially in the control. I thought that they were honestly going to win that control and start making a little bit of a reverse sweep opportunity, but unfortunately, it was not meant to be. Just a really, really great, unexpected play compared to how the rest of the game was for Rhino. Just super aggressive. Went straight on into B when they've only been hit in A, and then not only do they just go into B, they go into the spawn off the rip. It was very well thought out, very well played. Now, I wouldn't be too shocked to see Rhinos pull out a set piece like that again in the future in the league. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for you tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want, you can follow on the way out if you enjoy my casting. It's Comica_ on Twitch. You're there right now, obviously you know that. And it's Comica_18 on Twitter. If you want to see me casting things like lands, especially League of Legends lands as well. I will be casting one of those tomorrow, so if you like League of Legends and you want to see that, you can catch me there. But if you want to see Call of Duty, you can follow me there as well. Call of Duty is my main game, and I do be casting it a lot. But yeah,